It started with a light, a flickering window across my street that always came on at 2:17 a.m. Same time, every night, and always a silhouette behind the curtain. I never expected to fall in love with someone I hadn't even spoken to. But somehow, the boy across the street felt like home before we even exchanged names. My name is Emily. I moved to San Francisco last fall, into a quiet corner building that smelled of old wood and new beginnings. I was healing from a breakup, trying to piece myself back together in a city full of strangers. And that's when I noticed him. Julian. At first, just a shadow behind the curtains. Then, a face in the window. And eventually, someone who waved back. We didn't talk. Not with words. Just post-it notes stuck to our windows. Little messages like, "Long night. What are you reading? Do you believe in second chances?" I didn't know his story, but every note felt like a thread pulling me out of my sadness. One night, I left a note that said, "Coffee. Real conversation." He didn't reply. The lights stayed off for 2 days. I told myself it didn't matter, but it did. And just when I was ready to close the curtain for good, I found a package at my door. Inside was a book with a note inside. Page 217. 2:17 a.m. See you tonight. I waited. And at exactly 2:17, I opened the book. His window lit up. He held the same book. We read it together. Separate, but connected. By the end, I was crying. And I think, so was he. The next day, I saw him standing outside the cafe across the street. He smiled. Nervously. I walked over. And it was the most natural first conversation I've ever had. Julian was a writer, grieving his sister. And those 2:17 nights were the only moments he felt like himself. He said, "You reminded me that stories still matter." And I told him, "You reminded me I still have one to live." We took it slow. Bookstores, rooftop talks, Sunday dinners. He'd read me drafts of his new novel, and I'd sketch him reading by the window. A year later, he asked me to read something he'd written. It was titled, "Emily, Through the Window." At the last page, he knelt down and whispered, "Will you marry me, so we never have to leave notes on glass again?" Now, every night at 2:17 a.m., I still turn the light on. Not out of habit, but gratitude. Because sometimes, the love you're searching for is just one window away.